Welcome to the first episode of The Leaders Room with Lauren Shalom. One of the biggest misconceptions about leadership is that leadership is about control, it's about position, and it's about personal ambition. But that is not what leadership is all about. Leadership is all about influence. Leadership is the ability and the capacity to be able to influence people, and to influence them not from a place of manipulation, but from a place of inspiration. The kind of inspiration that comes from something deeper, and that is purpose. Because it is purpose that produces conviction, and then conviction gives birth to vision, and then vision is what fuels passion, and then passion is what will inspire people. So in other words, a man that has seen something, a man that knows the reason as to why he exists, is a man that will not struggle with the leadership and with influence. But leadership and influence will flow naturally. But many people today, they don't want leadership, they want comfort. Many people today, they just want to make a living, not to solve problems. But true leaders are people who believe that they were not just born to exist in a certain period of time, but they believe that they were born to correct a problem. They believe that they were born to change things. They believe that they were born to make impact. So leadership is all about divine responsibility. When we are talking about leadership, we are talking about divine responsibility. We are not talking about personal ambitions. We are not talking about positions. We are not talking about control, but we are talking about divine responsibility. If you can walk away from what you are doing, if you can walk away from leadership and still be okay, then you should ask yourself whether you are really called into it. If you can be okay without functioning in the place or in the area that God has planted you or called you, then you are supposed to call yourself for a meeting and ask yourself whether you are really called into it. At the end of the day, everything rises and falls on leadership. For any institution to do well, for any group to do well, then leadership is supposed to be key. Things don't just happen. Institutions don't just fall, groups don't just collapse, but it is leadership that determines the strength of any institution, of any group. So, according to you, do you think we need more leaders or we need true leaders? And what makes a person to be a true leader? Until next time, this is Leaders Room with Lauren Shalom.